you know, we had a misunderstanding over a pull-up ball, some pins, and a pull-up ball. I've forgiven Giant, you know what I'm saying? But money was a factor.
OG 𝐁𝐄𝐂𝐌𝐄 in the building, man.
مفتوح للاجتهادات التقليد. هذا حد العالم، هذا طالب، لكن هذا راسخ والى اخره. ايضا قال.
You know what I'm saying? And people sort of projected like, you know, you're gonna end up, you know, leaving and having a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time. And when I used to see people, that's what they would tell me. It's only a matter of time. That's the look I would get. Still with them dudes, still with that dude.
Okay.
You know, and
so fast forward now to the Matrix D-Block story.
Now, like I said, I wore a couple of hats. Giant entrusted me, man, to, you know, do a lot of things. And one of the things that I was good at, I was functional at, that I brought with me was my writing skills. I'm a writer. I'm an English major.
Bachelor's.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I
Shout
love to write.
Back in school.
You know, and I love to educate. So, Giant had a website. Of course, you had social media sites with Facebook or what have you. And there were additional Facebook pages, you know what I'm saying, that I did a lot of writing on. You know what I'm saying? Giant would sort of dictate to me what he wanted, the message, sort of message that he wanted to send. And I would write it up and he would approve it and we would post it, you know what I'm saying? And most of my content was always positive and uplifting, you know what I'm saying? So people knew me for sending great messages in my post, you know what I'm saying, related to bartenders and calisthenics, you know what I'm saying? And I never bashed anybody or any team or anything like that. Then there was Danny D-Block posted a contest where the thumbnail had a picture of Giant and Matrix. I think they both got on the sleeveless, right?
Oh, that's when they was at the Big B's competition.
Exactly.
5Bs, yeah.
So Giant showed me the post, and all it says was something to the effect of "coming soon." See, blah blah blah. What really happened? Sort of like that kind of. But it was no video. It was just the picture. So he was like, "Natural, I need you to, you know, put something together about this." You know what I'm saying? So he told me what the you know, content should be about. You know, it was sort of undermining D-Block and Matrix. You know what I'm saying? The content of what I wrote was borderline disrespectful. I was out of line. You know what I'm saying? But he approved it and it got posted, right? It's on the bartender page and it's on my personal page, right? Now, I'm starting to get feedback from people that not even in the bar world. These are street dudes coming to me like, "Natural, that ain't even you, D. What are you doing?" They was telling me, "Stay out of it." I immediately reached out to Form.
Strictly Bar Talk, shout out to Form. Strictly
Bar Talk, and sort of, you know, got some feedback from him on like, "Yo, I was out of line, man. How, you know," asking him like, you know, how could I rectify this, and who do I need to get in contact with, because I didn't know the details of their relationship. You know what I'm saying? I was out of line for even entertaining it without knowing the details. And even if I did know the details,
still not your place.
Still not my place. So before I reached out to Matrix, there was some comments, I think, with D Block, you know, and I don't think I addressed his comment, but you know, he sort of explained like sort of the same thing. Look, you know, I don't think you know what's going on. And Matrix reached out in the comments or maybe in a message. I wish I still had that too, man. Hopefully somebody has that because, you know, I still feel some kind of way about my ignorance over the whole situation. So Matrix, he reaches out to me and simply says, my brother, I know that's not you. I know who that's coming from. Simple as that. And I reached out to him and sincerely apologized, man. I don't know if I did it publicly, but right now, publicly, Matrix, anyone else could have offended, I sincerely take that back. You know, I was ignorant to what was going on, and that's how me and Matrix met. Nevertheless, we didn't like see each other, but we met informally through speaking through social media. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, after I went through my issues with Giant and the BarTenDaz, I was angry. And, you know, this is what I really respect about Islaam, man, is out of all people, man, who really talked me down, you know what I'm saying, so I could have some closure and move on from what happened to me, which is similar to so many other stories of former bartenders. Matrix is the person that said, you got to deal with forgiveness. You know, he talked me down. Out of all people, that's who said, natural, man, forgive and move on. And like Diesel was speaking about, man, it became verbal. It could have went physical, but, you know, we had enough respect for each other and each other's families that, you know, it would just made matters worse to even engage in anything. So sometimes you have to withdraw and take your, you know, just move away from calisthenics, you know, as far as the bar world. So, you know, it sort of pushed me away a little bit. I sort of stepped back.
You didn't stop working out?
Never.
Okay, you never stopped working out. So never. What was the issues, if you don't mind us asking, if you would like to get into some details, if you feel comfortable?
Well, I'll give some details. Initially, you know, there's always the aspect of, you know, character and morals and principles.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and I've lived my life that way. You know what I'm saying? That is important. Integrity is, I've been in places where that's all you left with is your personal space and your integrity, because everything has been taken away. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I defend more than anything, is my integrity. Even the accusation of my integrity being in question. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to do almost anything to protect that. You know what I'm saying? Because I live by that. You know, I've been in life or death situations with nowhere to run, and your integrity is the only thing that saved you. You know what I'm saying? So that's valuable to me. So at the, you know, if he tells a story, you know, it's simply left to morals and principles, and I have to defend that. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never stolen anything. I never undermined bartenders or the system or the organization. You know what I'm saying? I've never blasphemed him as a person. You know what I'm saying? But money was a factor. You know what I'm saying? That was a factor. You know what I'm saying?
Because you did have to fill out an application to be
right,
bartender.
Right.
Like you said.
I did like the 1099. you know, there's things that, you know, he has done that I'm not going to expose right now. You know what I'm saying? Because overall, I've forgiven Giant. You know what I'm saying? We've seen each other in a few occasions. I know his kids and his wives. And, you know, that sort of eliminates any hostility, man, when you see another brother's family and the family is, you know, treating you like nothing ever happened. You know what I'm saying? They don't have anything to do with that. So that helped me with forgiveness and being able to move on, man, because my kids would see Giant and be jumping up and down, Giant, Giant. And he would not acknowledge them until I was like, yo, Giant, my kids are, you know, they don't have nothing to do with that. They, you know what I'm saying? They don't know that me and you not seeing eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? I would never tell my kids, like, I don't mess with him no more. Don't speak to Giant when you see him. They had no idea. Even as upset as I was, you know what I'm saying? I never, you know, projected that energy to his family. In fact, when I would see his family, you know, they would call me over natural, you know, sit down, how's it, you know, and that right there just eliminated. We had a misunderstanding before I left, and because of his family, man, is why I came back. You know what I'm saying? I stayed about another year or so. You know, and the thing about it, you know, these certain little encounters that we have, there's documentation of this, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, we had a misunderstanding over a pull-up ball, some pins, and a pull-up ball. You know, and I have photos to support, you know what I'm saying, these issues, but, you know, I maybe, you know, if it's relevant or necessary, you know what I'm saying, I'll go into that, but, you know, it's not really relevant, man, now, because we both have moved on, man.
A pull-up ball.
Yeah, pull-up ball, portable pull-up ball. In my community, man, if anybody has anything to do with exercise or fitness and they don't want it, they call me here. And I just use it with my youth, with the kids and whatnot. And there's a storage facility next to my building. And in that facility, there was, you know, in the storage, people leave stuff and there's storage wars and auctions and stuff like that. So it was a brand new portable pull-up ball, just like the ones we use in the, you know, bartenders use in their shows. We're still wrapped up in the paper. It's still brand new and wrapped up. And the storage people called me. It was like, yo, I got something for you. And I came over there and it was a brand new pull-up ball. And I was in charge of Morris High School. And not only that, you know, I was in charge of, you know, holding on to payroll information and stuff like that. And one evening, I left the payroll information on a New York City bus, and I couldn't run the bus down. And I didn't know how I was going to explain this, because payroll, I'm thinking people are not going to get paid because I lost the payroll information, right? However, there's copies and other documentation of it. But in my mind, I'm like, I just ruined everybody's Christmas, you know, by losing them documents. So it was agreement that he told me that you couldn't purchase the pins. Remember the pins? They were like circles and you would stick them in different parts of the ball to assemble the ball. So those pins, if you didn't have the pins, you'd have to use, you know, improvise and use screws or whatever. He told me, after I had called him and told him what I did, he was angry. He was upset. He was so upset he had to have somebody else talk to me. You know, and, you know, I was hurt, you know, because I'm thinking of other members, man, that they might not get their money. You know what I'm saying? And it was around Christmas time at this time. So, you know, I was, oh, man. So he was like, look, just pay for, he said, they don't make, the manufacturer doesn't make those pens anymore. They don't make the ball anymore. you're gonna have to buy a whole new apparatus. Long as I was still on the team and forgiving, fine.
Yeah.
$300. I'll just take it out. You know what I'm saying? Out of my
check.
You know what I'm saying? He was deducting the money. I wasn't getting paid. And this was around, again, Christmas. I wasn't getting paid because of the mistake I made. You know, I accepted that, and that's what we did. Now, I told you that...
So why would you have to buy a pull-up bar?
Because they didn't sell... The matter of fact, the manufacturer didn't make those particular loop sort of toggle pins.
Okay, so,
you know what I'm saying?
So well, why did you have to pay for it? That was just like a penalty?
I guess it was a
for
penalty for losing the payroll and the pins. The pins were also in the envelope with the payroll. I forgot to add that.
Okay, got it.
The pins. I kept mentioning the pins, but I didn't mention that they were inside.
So now he deducted the money.
He deducted the money from my pay for the penalty and the pins, which was, we came to agreement, $300.
Okay.
I was like, fine. So when the storage place gave me the ball, automatically I'm like, I got a brand new ball for it. You know, I could just give this to Giant. So I called him. I was like, yo, I got a brand new ball with pins and everything. It's not even still in the wrapper. So he was like, we had a school somewhere uptown in the Bronx, and I had to bring the balls. So when I brought the balls that day, you know, he was, you know, happy about it. He was like, you know what? Allah says I'm gonna have to reimburse you. I was like, hey.
Yeah, cool. Better for me.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, long story short, never got it reimbursed. He kept my ball and told me he donated it to BarTenDaz in
the Bronx,
in Jersey. What's the guy's name?
Team Definition.
Team Definition.
Atlas. Shout out to Atlas.
He said he donated my ball to Team Definition, which, you know what I'm saying?
So were you still getting paid after that, or you just didn't get your reimbursement?
I didn't get my reimbursement. This is when the Matrix post was going on. And it got more ugly, you know what I'm saying? Where, you know, he was doing things, man, that, you know, that was, I wouldn't do to nobody. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, he sent somebody to my house. You know what I'm saying? I knew where he lived. He's never been to my place. But he sent somebody from the team that I had in my house before. And the funny thing about it, I got a phone call from a neighbor.
To discuss something?
Well,
a scare tactic?
Crazy. Well, it wasn't so much of an intimidation and scare tactic. It was delivering a message. He sent one of the young bartenders to my house, and the message that he delivered, man, is,
all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. All right.
It involves people in the game, you know what I'm saying, and
in the other game.
You ain't ready to confront this. You ain't ready for this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't ready.
Yeah, the other game.
It's
okay.
You know,
okay,
so
we got it.
I'm gonna leave it at, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, pretty much that's
all right, so
how we separated. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, the experience
you came back after that?
No.
Okay.
No more after that.
That was the wrap.
It was a few, like.
And was that the first time you had issues with money? I
mean, it was always a delay. You know what I'm saying?
But you got paid.
I got paid, but
right amount.
It was right amount. There were times where the Department of Education was responsible. You know what I'm saying? They were good for that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, either way, people were going to look at him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As being responsible for not, you know, but, you know, being that I was around for, you know, when bread was broke, I understood, you know what I'm saying, that all of the blame wasn't strictly on Giant, you know what I'm saying? It were times where the Department of Education, you know, were negligent in, you know, what they were supposed to do, or other agencies, you know. And another thing, you know, like I said, I spent 12 years in prison, you know what I'm saying? And after, you know, that amount of time and, you know, having a violent criminal history, they tell you that, you know, you'll never be a school teacher. You'll never work in, you know, with kids again.
And you defied that.
And I defied that, you know what I'm saying? And
Congrats,
Giant helped
man.
me pursue that. And I will always be...
Hey guys, so if you in the comments, man, and you seeing this and you got a felony and you still want to be an educator, check that description below to get in contact with 𝐻𝐄𝐿. He can definitely step you through it.
Yep. There are provisions, man, to help formerly incarcerated men and women achieve their goals. You know what I'm saying? And I was one of them. I defied the odds. They told me that, you know, and I was fingerprinted by 4 different agencies. You know, Child Protective Services, CPS, Department of Education, and one more agency, which is a requirement to work
with you.
With bartenders. You cannot work unless you've been fingerprinted. So here it is. I'm formerly incarcerated, felony. You know what I'm saying? I did.
You been through Rikers Island?
Rikers Island, 88. I was on Rikers Island.
No, I mean as far as
educating.
Yeah.
No, I never went back to the island, but I knew about, you know, him going to the island with LL and Bemmy and Russell Simmons. I was there that day. I just didn't go to Rikers Island. I went to the event in Baisley Projects.
Got it. So, okay, right. We're gonna end here. So, where are you at now? What you say when it comes to calisthenics? Are you daily with it, 3 times a week, 5 times, here and there?
Well, right now, because of COVID-19, you know, it's sort of closed the parks, the gyms are closed. I have my pull-up bar for the door.
That's not cutting it.
Nah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? As the last alternative, you know, we resort to, we could live just doing push-ups.
Without a doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Dips off the chair. We going, you know, real calisthenics people are going to survive no matter what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I've been able, what we doing now is just maintaining. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, touching the ball on the door, getting it. Like this morning, I did my little few sets and, you know, my little regular push-ups, and, you know, and just trying to just maintain right now. But overall, I get it in every day.
Without a doubt.
You know,
shout out to you, 57, man.
Every day.
58.
I'll be 58 in a few days, man.
Ah, nice.
God willing.
God willing. All right, man. Yo, we appreciate 𝐻𝐿 for coming through, man, telling his story.
Thanks for having me.
Bar history, man. Ex-bartender 𝐻𝐿. Stay tuned, y'all.
Peace.
Indeed, in the body, literal translation, is a lump of flesh, a piece of meat. إِذَا صَلَحَتْ صَلَحَ الْجَسَدُ كُلُّهُ. And when that lump of flesh